Hi there. So I wanted to take you through step by step from start to finish how to put together an ad in Ads Manager. So once you've set up your Ads Manager, you're going to find yourself on this page or a page that looks just like this. So you may have some campaigns in here already. If so, that's fine. We're just going to start from scratch and create a new campaign. So we'll start with creating the top layer, the campaign, and inside of that, we'll create some ad sets. And inside of that, we'll go ahead and create one ad today. So you hit the green button, create. And then you'll find this. This is where you choose what your marketing objective is. And this is basically what Facebook uses to target your ad to the people who are most likely to act based on what you want the objective to be. Okay, so some of the ones that I like the most are conversions over here, especially if you have online booking or online sales on your website. I like traffic. Traffic is about sending people to your website, which is a good thing because you can then retarget those people. Lead generation is good too. We like video views a little bit too. And I like less, but you can still use it quite effectively as brand awareness. But today we're going to use traffic. And you can then come down here and call your campaign whatever you want. We're just going to keep it as traffic today, and then we're going to click continue. Now we're in the ad set phase. So I like to start by naming my ad set, and I name my ad set based on who the audience is that I'm going to be targeting inside of that ad set. Because inside of the campaign, which we just created, you can create a number of different ad sets, which means that you can create different audiences and see which ad sets or which audiences convert or do better and which ones are not so good for your business. So we're going to start by naming this particular ad set, and I'm going to assume for the purpose of this that I'm a Pilates studio based in Miami, Florida. Okay, so I'm going to say the people I want to target, they live in Miami and they like Pilates, or they may have done some Pilates before, but they're also into fitness and health. Then we choose where we want to drive the traffic. So we're going to send it to our website to start with. And then we're going to start to define our audience. And this is where things get fun. So you can use a saved audience if you have that already set up. If not, you can create a new audience. So you're going to leave that top line blank and you're going to go straight down here to locations. So since I'm based in Miami, I'm going to be targeting people in Miami, Florida, for the purpose of my studio. And I think that if I have a 25-mile radius, it's a little bit wide for having clients coming on a regular basis to my studio. So I'm going to actually make that a bit smaller. And you might even want it to be even narrower. I think for this purpose of this, I'm going to keep it even smaller. I'm going to make it 10 miles. Okay. Now, what age group am I going to target? Age is down here. I'm gonna up it a little bit to 25. I'm going to keep it to go all the way to 65 plus. I'm going to target men and women, and I want to target people who speak English. Then things get even more fun. Now, right now I'm targeting every single person that lives in that area, is within that age group. But I know there's a lot of people who probably are not going to be interested in Pilates, and I don't want to waste my advertising money to putting my ad in front of those people. So I want to target it even further. I want to narrow the audience even more. So I want to make sure these people are interested in something to do with what I do. So I'm going to add Pilates. I'm going to also add yoga, because if they may enjoy boutique fitness. I could also add spin studio, or what could we call it? Indoor cycling, probably. Here we go, indoor cycling. We could also add health and wellness. We could also add fitness. And then also you have the suggestions box here too. So this we can add in a few more interests, like maybe they like some of the top studios in the area. We could also add those people also, and that could be pretty neat. We could also add sort of people who perhaps play other sports like tennis and golf as well. Okay, so you could keep going. You can add as many as you want. You want to keep an eye on this potential reach number up here, and you want to get that number. You know, you don't want it to be too small. You also don't want it to be too big. So between anywhere, depending on where you are located, anywhere in that range of sort of 250 to 750 is great. Once you start to get too wide, you just tend to reach sort of not people who probably aren't as interested, and you may be wasting your money trying to attract them into your business. Okay. Now you can also add a connection type, so you can actually target people who are already friends on Facebook or the people who like your page, or you can exclude those people. I'm just going to leave that as it is right now. And then I can save this audience too, and you can give it a name because you can come back and use it later, perhaps in a different campaign. And then comes the budget. You know, I think $20 a day is a little bit high for an ongoing campaign like this. I'm going to be changing it. I'm actually going to use, 5 to 10 is good. Let's just look at 5. Now, what happens when you do that, change that budget, you'll see up here the estimated daily results change. So the link clicks, the people that click through onto your site, it declines when you reduce the budget, obviously. I mean, if we put a $50 a day budget in there, you'll see you get a lot more clicks. So you can decide how you want this to go, but I'm going to keep it around $5 for the purpose of this example. The next thing you want to check out is schedule. So you can change the schedule. You can either have it run continuously, or you can set a start and an end date. So I like to run mine ads for 1 to 2 months, just so that I know that the budget isn't going to get out of control. And I could always come back and change it and extend it later anyway. And then you have some other options down here, but I'm going to leave that as is, and we're going to hit continue. So now we're in the ad creation part of the process, and I'm going to call my ad new client special. And as I'm going to create this ad, it's important to think about who your ideal client is and what they're looking for from you, so you can really create copy and pictures that are going to be compelling for your client base. And that's where all of that ideal client work comes in. And if you haven't worked with me, then you'll know that this is something that I really focus on. So let me know if you want a little bit extra help with this. I'm happy to help you. When it comes to your format, there are different options available to you. For the purpose of today, we're just going to use the single image. And so then we start creating. So I'm going to just pick a picture, pick an image. I'm going to pick an image of this image right here. And as a Pilates studio in Miami, I need to write some really compelling text. And let's see, tired of your So something, maybe perhaps a little bit more thoughtful than that, but something to that effect. You want to make sure that your language is good, and you want to make sure you add your website in there. And you can add a headline here for the bottom, so we can do try Pilates today. Or you could perhaps right there ask about our new client special. Right? And then you have the call to action button. And it's really important actually to perhaps put even in your text a call to action to encourage people to click through, tell people what they should expect at the next phase of their interaction with you. So you would probably put something in here, get in touch, new client special, 3 sessions for $150 perhaps. And then once you have done all of that, you can then click on the call to action, which is this button here, which you can change to book now or contact us or learn more. It's entirely up to you. Let's just click book now. And then you can add in a few other bits and pieces down here. And then down here, you can have add your Facebook pixel in here, which is a pixel that sits on your website and tracks how many people click from your ad from Facebook and clicks onto your website. This is really important to set up, and you can find a lot of tutorials about how to do that just by doing a simple Google search. You may need some help from a web developer to get it all set up, but it's actually pretty straightforward to do yourself too. And once you've done all of that, the only thing left to do is to click confirm and then publish.